You have consumed enough articles on how to become confident. You have watched enough YouTube videos on how to become a confident woman. Your confidence is not going to grow because you are reading books on how to become a confident person. Reading of books is only going to give you guide on how to actually become confident. You can never be ready enough, which is exactly the reason why you have been stuck for so many years, because you want to get ready. Every single year keep passing you by. And mind you, every time that you refuse to show up for yourself, you give away your chances of becoming a confident person. I used to think that I needed to be ready. I needed all the confidence in the world before I actually start. What I never knew was that confidence is only going to grow when I start showing up for myself. And that was exactly what happened. Every single person you see and admire that is actually confident, they used to be very timid. They used to be very shy. And that shyness did not go away one day because they were reading so many books or because they were listening to plenty videos and podcasts. It actually started going away because they started showing up for themselves. This is your wake-up call. One thing I've actually come to realize is that confidence can actually grow. Over the years, I've come to realize that confidence is not something that actually gets to grow overnight. It is something that is going to grow over time. Every single time you show up for yourself, every single time you speak up for yourself, every single time you do something that you're scared of doing, that is how confidence actually gets to grow. I used to be someone who thinks that just by reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos on how to actually build confidence, that by doing all of that, I am going to become a confident person someday without actually, doing anything or stressing my life. But something happened recently and I realized that confidence actually grows. Confidence can actually grow as far as you put in the work. Before now, I used to be a very camera shy person. That means that I don't like looking into cameras. And even the times I try to snap pictures, once somebody is staring at me or once anybody is looking towards my direction, I instantly become shy and I run away. I'll stop making that video. I'll stop taking those pictures. Like the moment somebody looks at me, all the pose ideas that is in my head will just disappear. And I'll become very, very shy and leave that picture and run away. But this particular day, I went out. I was taking pictures of myself. I also had somebody snapping me. And I was also making videos of myself. And this was in an open place. As a matter of fact, this was in a federal teaching hospital. I realized that I was not shy as usual. Unlike me, once I see that somebody is coming, I'll become shy and I'll stop taking the videos or I'll stop taking those selfies that I'm taking. But this particular day, I realized that none of those things was happening. While people were passing, I was still busy taking my pictures and making my videos. And for the very first time, I used a video to record myself talking into the camera in public. While I was recording that video, someone even tried to talk to me. I responded while I was still recording the video, like I did every single thing from start to finish. And when I was done, I was like, is this me? I am someone who can't even snap in public, let alone speaking into a camera. And I actually did it that day. So I had to really go back and sit down and ask myself what was actually happening, what actually caused this particular thing. That was when I realized that every single time I showed up in front of a camera to record myself as a content creator in the past 6 months, quietly built my confidence unknowingly to me. Because tell me how somebody just wakes up one morning after so many decades of not being able to stand in front of a camera and begin to stand in front of a camera to take pictures, even while people were passing, and also making videos of myself, speaking into the camera while people were passing. This confidence kept on compounding until I didn't know when I got to the level where I was no longer camera shy. Before I started creating content, I was someone that would read plenty books on how to become a confident person, research all the tips on how to become a confident person, research all the tips on how to speak confidently in front of a camera, and then even have a mental picture of how I am going to show up in front of a camera the next time I sit in front of a camera to record myself. And by the end of the day, every moment I sit in front of that camera to record myself, I still fumble. I will still be unable to do anything. So I will leave it and run away and tell myself that I am not yet ready. I need to build more confidence, because I thought that building confidence was all about reading more books on how to become a confident person, researching on more tips on how to actually become a confident person, and then staying and rehearsing in your head until you finally get to become that confident person. Or that by reading a self-help book on how to become a confident person, you're going to wake up one day and all the things you've read will compound in your head and actually make you to become a confident person. But it never really worked that way until I finally started showing up. When I started showing up, everything I was doing was not looking perfect at all. As a matter of fact, I would fumble, I would feel so ashamed of myself standing in front of the camera. But one thing I kept on doing was I kept on showing up. I didn't give up because it was not looking perfect. I didn't give up because it was not giving me what I wanted it to give me. I kept on showing up every single day Even when I didn't know what I was saying, even when the video was very cringy, I showed up regardless. And every single time I finished recording every of my videos, one thing I realized was that I felt more happy, I felt more confident. And that was not because the videos always come out perfect or something of that nature. No, it was actually because I showed up. That was the thing that always made me happy after recording every single one of my videos. I kept on doing this until after 6 months, I began to realize that I am becoming more bold and more confident. I saw myself speaking up in places where I used to be scared of speaking up before now. I saw myself doing things that I used to be scared of doing before now. And sometimes after doing it, I do be asking myself, how did we even get here? So that is one thing that actually showing up does for you. And that was how I get to realize that every single time you show up for yourself, your confidence compounds, your confidence grows. Your confidence is not going to grow because you're seated in one place and imagine it. Your confidence is not going to grow because you're reading books on how to become a confident person. Reading of books is only going to give you guide on how to actually become confident, and taking action after reading those books is one of the steps to becoming a confident person. If there's something that you're actually trying to start doing and you're not doing it because you're waiting to become confident, I am sorry to disappoint you that confidence is never going to come until you actually begin to do that particular thing that you're supposed to do. Every single time you show up for yourself, every single time you show up and do that thing, your confidence builds, your confidence compounds. You are going to see that the next time you show up for that thing, you'll be more comfortable doing that thing compared to how you were the last time that you do it. So stop waiting to get ready before you actually start doing that thing. Stop waiting to build all the confidence in the world before you actually start to do that particular thing that you want to do. I used to think that way. I used to think that I needed to be ready. I needed all the confidence in the world before I actually start. What I never knew was that confidence is only going to grow while I go in the journey. Confidence is only going to grow when I start showing up for myself. And that was exactly what happened. And the areas of my life where I never even knew I needed confidence, those confidence begin to show up in those areas of my life without taking permission from me. Why? Because I started doing something that I was afraid of. Because I started showing up even though I was not ready. Because I started allowing myself to do those things that scares me. That is exactly how confidence grows. So confidence is not going to come because you are reading too many books. You have consumed enough articles on how to become confident. You have watched enough YouTube videos on how to become a confident woman. You have already read enough, listened to enough podcasts. It is time to start showing up, because that confidence is never actually going to grow in real time until you start showing up for yourself. Every single time you show up, the confidence compounds, the confidence builds bit by bit. So if you're somebody you have been waiting to build all the confidence in the world, read all the books in the world, listen to all the podcasts in the world before you actually start doing things that will make you to become a confident person, this is your wake-up call. Go out there and begin to do those things that scares you the most. That particular thing you've been procrastinating on because you want to feel ready enough, go and start doing it. You can never be ready enough, which is exactly the reason why you have been stuck for so many years, because you want to get ready. Every single year keep passing you by. And mind you, every time that you refuse to show up for yourself, you give away your chances of becoming a confident person. Because for every time that you show up for yourself, your confidence compounds. Your confidence grows by 1%. And it keeps growing that way until you actually become a very confident person. Every single person you see and admire that is actually confident, they used to be very timid. They used to be very shy. And that shyness did not go away one day because they were reading so many books or because they were listening to plenty videos and podcasts. It actually started going away because they started showing up for themselves. This is your wake-up call. Go back and start doing that thing. Go back and start showing up for yourself and watch how your confidence is going to rise. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to share it with someone out there who might just need to see this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.